Welcome back to Binge Brain Trivia. Today's trivia challenge is Seinfeld Season 8. Think you know every episode and storyline? Let's put your brain to the test. In the package, Elaine is listed in her medical history as what? Elaine is listed as difficult in her medical history. What color was the light from the Kenny Rogers Roasters restaurant that went into Kramer's apartment? The light from the Kenny Rogers Roasters restaurant was red. In The Abstinence, who does George end up having sex with before going to career day? George ends up having sex with the Portuguese waitress before going to career day. In The Comeback, who portrayed Kramer's lawyer? Ben Stein portrayed Kramer's lawyer. Who stole the muffin top store idea from Elaine? Mr. Lipman stole the muffin top store idea from Elaine. What happens to George after declaring the summer of George? After declaring the summer of George, he was stung by a bee. Gladys Mayo owns 2 stores in the Millennium. What are their names? The name of the 2 stores are Cinco de Mayo and Punta Mayo. In The English Patient, what shirt does Morty have that Jerry gave him? The shirt Morty has that Jerry gave him says "Number 1 Dad." In The Nap, WHER does Kramer start swimming because he can't stand the swimming pool? Kramer starts swimming in the East River. In The Little Jerry, Jerry's bounced check has something in the background of the check. What is it? There are clowns in the background of Jerry's checks. In The Van Buren Boys, Kramer gave Peterman his life stories for how much? Kramer gave Peterman his life stories for $750. In The Yada Yada, what does George's girlfriend shoplift? George's girlfriend shoplifts a watch. What actor played Mickey's father? Robert Wagner played Mickey's father. What type of pet did Kramer help Newman pick out? Kramer helps Newman pick out a turtle. What was the name of Kramer's ventriloquist dummy that freaked out Jerry? Mr. Marbles was the name of Kramer's ventriloquist dummy that freaked out Jerry. What was the name of the accountant at J. Peterman who questioned Elaine's business expenditures? Roger Ipswich was the name of the accountant at J. Peterman. Who owns the bodega where Jerry bounced a check? Marcelino owns the bodega where Jerry bounced a check. According to George, what is even better than conjugal visit sex? According to George, fugitive sex is even better than conjugal visit sex. Why is George's prison girlfriend incarcerated? George's prison girlfriend is incarcerated for embezzlement. In The Summer of George, what actress played Sam? The actress Molly Shannon played Sam. How does Sam describe Elaine? Sam described Elaine as a catty shrew. What is the name of Jerry's old junior high school? The name of Jerry's junior high is Edward R. Murrow Junior High School. At career day at Jerry's old junior high, what is the name of the guy with the lizard? The name of the guy with the lizard is Mr. O'Meary. In the abstinence, why does Kramer get kicked out of the coffee shop? Kramer gets kicked out of the coffee shop for smoking. What is the name of Kramer's pet rooster? Little Jerry Seinfeld is the name of Kramer's pet rooster. What brand of candy bar is George obsessed with at Putty's dealership? George is obsessed with a Twix at Putty's dealership. In the checks, what song does Jerry's girlfriend love? Jerry's girlfriend loves the song Witchy Woman. In the chicken roaster, what does Kramer think is the lesser babka? Kramer thinks the lesser babka is cinnamon. What does Kramer install in his shower to help him cook while bathing? Kramer installs a Clarkman garbage disposal in his shower. In the Bizarro Jerry, what are the names of the counterparts for Jerry, George, and Kramer? The names of the counterparts for Jerry, George, and Kramer are Kevin, Gene, and Feldman. Which legendary actor plays Izzy Mandelbaum, the old man who challenges Jerry to a lifting contest? Lloyd Bridges plays Izzy Mandelbaum, the old man who challenges Jerry to a lifting contest. What is the name of the woman Jerry dates who has man hands? Jillian is the name of the woman Jerry dates who has man hands. How much does Kramer's reality bus tour cost? Kramer's reality bus tour costs $37.50. In the abstinence, why does George get smarter? George gets smarter because he cannot have sex with Susan. What does Kramer call his Calvin Klein stolen fragrance? Kramer calls his Calvin Klein stolen fragrance the beach. In the season 8 finale, what does George slip on while walking up his stairs? George slips on an invitation while walking up his stairs. That wraps up our Seinfeld season 8 trivia episode. Drop your score in the comments and tell us what show or movie we should quiz next. Like and subscribe for more TV and movie trivia because binge watching deserves recognition. We'll see you next time on Binge Brain Trivia.